Here's how I finally lost lower belly fat after struggling. So when I first tried to get lean for this summer, I struggled to lose that last bit of fat. So I didn't have the six pack I wanted, but after trying a lot of different things, I finally figured it out. And now I've been able to maintain a good six pack for over 3 months. So in this video, I want to share how I did it so you can get six pack lean and maintain it. So the first thing I did to lose the last layer of fat before the summer was fixing my diet. Or like, not really fixing it, but changing it. Because I already had a good diet before. But what I did was, first of all, I made sure I was in a calorie deficit. So what is a calorie deficit? Calorie deficit is you're basically eating less calories than you burn. And when you do that, you can consistently lose fat and like keep losing fat and getting leaner. Because your body will use the fat you already have as fuel, as energy. So it will get burned. You will lose it because your body will use it as energy. So that's why the first thing I did was making sure like I was in a calorie deficit. And I didn't really count my calories in order to do that, because me as like a busy entrepreneur who don't have time to track all calories and do all that, I started by cutting out calorie dense foods I knew that had a lot of calories. So I stopped having sauces, I stopped having cheese, I also stopped having fruits, bread. I stopped those things because I was already eating healthy, already clean. So it wasn't that I needed to cut out like junk food, sweets and all that. That can be a thing for you. If you're eating junk food, sweets, you want to cut that out right away. Just doing that will help you lose fat. But I cut out those things. So I started having less and less calories because I wasn't eating those calorie dense foods anymore. Also, I stopped nuts, peanut butter. That was the first thing. And just by doing that alone, I started like getting leaner and leaner, working my way down. But then, because I'm a big eater, like I can eat a lot. Like most of my gym journey, I've been focused on just like getting bigger, building more muscle. So I've been eating a lot of food. I started off like skinny, but now like lately when I wanted to like get leaner, I want to lose some of the fat I gained, I needed to eat less. And it was a bit tough for me because I was so used to eating a lot. But what I did was I started off by cutting out the calorie dense foods, and then I started having smaller portions, eating less. But one of the problems I came across when I did that was I was just hungry. So I figured out a way on how to eat less and less calories, but still like have energy and like feel good. And that was focusing on foods that are high in protein and low in calories, because we want the protein because it's gonna help us build muscle, also make us feel full, feel better. Then when they are low in calories, it's easier for us. We can eat a lot of it but still be in a calorie deficit. So I focus a lot on chicken, 0% fat Greek yogurt, then like carbs that doesn't have much calories. So I didn't eat like pasta and those things. I mostly mostly focus on like rice, maybe some potatoes that doesn't have like too much calories. And then I started eating like that. A lot of chicken, a lot of Greek yogurt, a bit of carbs, but not that much. And then also vegetables. Vegetables are great because they're low in calories and you can eat a lot of them. It doesn't lead up to a lot of calories if you used to have a lot of vegetables. So that's the diet I started having. Like half of my plate, this is what I tell everyone, the best way to eat to lose fat. Half of my plate with high protein foods, so like meat, Greek yogurt, eggs, and mostly like chicken or like lean ground beef. And then the other half with like 1/4 with vegetables and then 1/4 with some healthy carbs. Eat it like that. One plate for lunch, like one plate for dinner. I had breakfast, I had like a few eggs. And that was my diet. And I used to have that diet and that helped me lose fat. So this is how I changed my diet to lose the last bit of fat. Focus a lot on protein, just making sure to get in less calories. I did that by having high protein foods that are low in calories and then like some vegetables, some healthy fats to my diet. One thing I did was I had the 3-meal rule, meaning I cannot have more than 3 meals a day and I cannot eat anything in between those meals. So I can only eat at breakfast, lunch and dinner, nothing in between, because those snacks, when you have some nuts or you buy some sandwich in between, something that will add up to more calories. But in this way I didn't need to count I didn't like count my calories, but I knew, okay, if I have only breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I eat in this way with low calorie foods and a lot of protein, I'm gonna be in a calorie deficit. And I was right. So that's what I did. And yeah, that diet helped me a lot to lose fat. And by the way, I know how hard it can be to like fix your diet and eat in a way that gonna help you lose fat. So if you're a busy entrepreneur and you want some help with your diet and losing fat, then go join my free community with the top link description. I have a diet plan in there. I'm also doing free one-on-one coaching calls right now for every new member, where I will personally hop on a call with you and give you some advice. So check that out. I have already over 100 members in there. Everyone are busy entrepreneurs trying to improve their bodies. Then the second thing I did to lose the last bit of fat, very underrated one, and that was walking. I started walking more because when you walk, you burn more calories. And when you burn more calories, it's easy to be in a calorie deficit. It's easier to burn more calories than you eat if you burn more calories. So I started walking around like 40 minutes a day, and that really helped. Like I hadn't even like been walking a lot before that, and I didn't even know. I've heard about it, YouTube videos, everyone say 10k steps a day, but now when I tried it for myself, I felt like, oh yeah, walking is powerful. I started walking more. So that's the second thing. But me as a business entrepreneur, like I'm working on my business all day, like 10 hours. I needed to find ways to get in that walking without spending a lot of time away from my business, because business is my like number one priority in life. That's my focus. I don't want to be out walking all day and then don't make any progress in my business. So what I did was I found ways to get those walks in. I started walking 20 minutes at the end of my workouts in the gym. So that was a thing. And while I was walking, I was on my phone working on my business. So I wasn't really sacrificing my business in that way. Then I also started walking 5 minutes after my dinner, 5 minutes before I going to bed. Then I also had one 5-minute break from my business work in the morning where I went out. So that was another 15 minutes. So in that way, I was up in like 35 minutes. And yeah, that was mostly like 35, 40 minutes. I started walking that every day, but I used to fitting it in this way. And that's what like you can do, because like if you want to lose the last bit of fat, like 40 minutes up to 60 minutes, that should be like enough to do it. But like the more you walk, the better. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're working all day, you don't want to sacrifice your work or your business like me, then it's about finding ways to fit in those walks. For example, with a client I recently worked with, he said that, yeah, I can't get in 40 minutes a day. What we did was I started thinking, okay, what can we do? Think of solutions. And I told him, like, could you get a walking pad? Like a small treadmill you have at your desk, and then you can just walk at it and work on your business. And you will be able to get those walks in without sacrificing your business. And he said, yeah, I can do that. He bought one, and then after that, he started walking even 2 hours a day. And he even told me, I'm feeling more energetic. I'm working better on my business when I'm on the walking pad. So getting a walking pad, that's a cheat code. If you're an entrepreneur, you're working at your desk, just get a walking pad. You can walk on that while you work. Like you choose like 1-2 hours of the day where you just like walk while you work on your business. It's a cheat code. But aim for walking 40 minutes, 60 minutes at least if you're like really serious and you want like faster results. Like that's what I would say. I personally did like 40 minutes, but I'm like really active in general. Like I hit the gym every day. I'll take my bike to the gym. For me, I was able to lose fat by doing a bit less than like the recommendation, like what I'm recommending to you. Then the last thing I did to lose that last bit of lower belly fat, very underrated one. I see so many business entrepreneurs struggle with this one, and I was sleeping. So I was staying up late, working on my business, trying to get extra work done, finishing my to-do list, all that thing, and I was sacrificing my sleep. I didn't sleep a lot. I was going to bed late, still waking up early because I want to grind on my business, and I was only getting like 5-6 hours of sleep, and it was really like fucking up with my fat loss. Like I noticed that I couldn't really get to that nice six-pack lean look. But then I said like, yeah, it's my sleep. Like I know, because became so aware of it. I was like, yeah, I know it's my sleep. I did research. I even knew it because I have that knowledge. Like, yeah, you need to sleep. Sleep helps with losing fat. So I said, yeah, let me take my sleep serious from now on. Like 7.5 hours, even 8 hours if I can. I did that. Started sleeping more. 7 hours, 7.5 hours, and I lost that last bit of fat. Like this was the final thing. After I had a good diet, walking, then this like one detail, it made me get a really like good six pack and be like really lean. So yeah, sleeping at least 7 hours. That's something I'm aiming for to do now because I just know how powerful it is. But I know it can be hard. It was hard for me to like actually fix my sleep, and I still working on it. Like just yesterday, I struggled to fall asleep, and I needed to like, yeah, wake up a bit later today because I couldn't like fall asleep at my normal sleep time. So I don't have like a perfect sleep yet, that perfect consistent sleep with like 7.5 hours or like at least 7 hours a day. I'm still working on it. But what has worked for me so far is, first of all, having one time you go to bed and one time you wake up, and the same time you go to bed at the same time, you wake up at the same time every day. So your body gets used to it, you become in that rhythm, and your body just get tired at the same time every day and like become alert at the same time every day. That's like the foundation. But also a thing I have noticed is, if I like work on my business then I try to sleep, it's hard because have all these thoughts about my business, and I'm maybe a bit stressed. I'm thinking of like things I need to work on. So a thing I have is a night routine. Just a quick routine. I usually stretch, I plan the next day, I brush my teeth, and this is something I'm also gonna like even improve. Maybe do some like a breath work to just calm down, because that's the thing. When we work a lot on our business, we get really like alert, we're like really focused. We have all these ideas, these thoughts. So you just like calming down. That's something I'm gonna focus on more on, and yeah, I'm still like building this up on like how I can fall asleep, like a proven formula. But this is my plans now. Used to like include maybe some more breath work, maybe like reading. That I know reading is good, but right now I'm just doing the stretching. I'm planning the next day. I'm also like praying, brushing my teeth, but just having a quick routine that can help. 10 minutes. Then another thing is I set an alarm. I told a client to struggle with sleep this a few days ago, but set an alarm when you're gonna go to bed. Not only when you're gonna wake up, but set an alarm like 30 minutes before your bedtime, when you're gonna get ready to bed. In that way you get reminded of like, yeah, it's time to go to bed, and you don't just like lose yourself in the business, right? That's something that can happen to me. So now I've started also doing that more, setting an alarm like when I'm gonna get ready, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes before my bedtime. But that's about sleep. Also like getting sunlight in the morning, that's also a very good habit, like 2 minutes of sunlight. Now where I live here in Sweden, it's pretty dark when I wake up. I wake up 5:30. It gets sunlight, the sun is out at like 8 or something. But during the summers I did that and it helped. But make sure sleep like at least 7 hours, 7.5 hours, 8.5 if you're really serious about this, because like the walking and the sleep, the more you do of that, the more fat you will lose. It's not really the same with the diet, because if you're in a bigger calorie deficit, you can like feel bad, and it's just not that good. You want to be in like a balanced like calorie deficit. But if you're not business entrepreneur and you watch this video and you feel like, yeah, this is helpful, and you want some like more help with losing fat, then you can get a free one-on-one coaching call with me right now. Just click the top link in the description. You're in my free community, and yeah, you will be able to book a call with me, and I will give you some personal advice. I already got over 120 members in that community, and I just recently made a really good like workout plan in there too, which is especially made for entrepreneurs with not a lot of time. And I also have a testosterone boost protocol, diet plan, a lot of good things in there. So join it. So even if you don't want a call with me, go join it. My mission with it is getting 1,000 entrepreneurs in there and helping them get in shape. So it's something I'm really passionate about right now, and I'm really trying to build this community up. And by the way, if you want to lose your visceral fat, then go watch this video right here, because it's everything I will do if I want to lose my visceral fat in just 3 weeks. Become React Brother. Bye.